If you just want to go and buy a new putter because you want a honeymoon period, that's probably what I'd recommend. How good do these look? Cheers for coming. I probably couldn't be able to tell you. I mean, I know what the difference is. What I'm saying is, could I tell you the difference after a blind test with 10 hits with each? Probably not. Well, I'm a big fan of these black and blue ones, by the way. This looks great, by the way. I might just buy this myself. Screw you guys. I just know that's the best shaft that I've hit ever. Wilson Staff make great irons. They make great irons, and you're not going to be paying top dollar for them either. These set of Miuras are costing you £3 grand, £3.5 grand for a set. There's no question about it. Would I recommend people buying them? Why not? Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, if you're currently watching this video on Sunday the 19th of April, it's my birthday and I'm not filming. It's actually Saturday evening. I'm here with my laptop and a beer because tomorrow I'm probably gonna be drinking more beer and eating and spending the whole day with my two girls in lockdown mode. So before we get into this video, do an old boy a solid. Do him a favor, all right? 29 years of age. Hit that like button, subscribe if you already haven't done so, and leave a comment down below on what advice you might want on bargains in the future, or what clubs you might need to put in your set, or general golf advice. And obviously you'll make your question into the next video. But I've got loads of great questions as per normal. Guys, thank you for all the support on the recent lockdown videos. I really do appreciate it. And let's get straight into it. Okay, up first, Zach Miner. Nike Vapor Speed irons are super long and forgiving. I think they are £200 used on eBay. Tons of you guys have messaged me about Vapor irons, and to be honest, you're not wrong. Let's just show you. Now, you've got some different options when it comes to the Vapor. You've got like the Pro, which are the smaller heads. I think you've got the Vapor Normal and the Vapor Fly, which are more forgiving. And to be honest, they look great. These are very similar to what a TaylorMade P770 is, or 750, or a Titleist AP2, Callaway Apex, that kind of realm. I'm a big fan of these black and blue ones, by the way. The Vapor Fly Pro irons. Now, even they're going to be more of your AP2 range, but they look really good. And I know they're 250 quid, but overall, there's a bit of wear and tear on the face there. Overall, great forgiving iron. Now, I'm not a big fan of Nike woods. There were some good ones, not all of them. To be honest, the latter part of Nike's generating club career, the woods got better, but the irons, I think, were really good. So these are more of the blade version, smaller heads. This is for your more single figure handicapper, but they look great, feel great. I've hit them myself before. I think they'd be actually a great addition to my bargain series clubs, i.e. I'm trying to build a bag for £500. I think they'd be a great addition. But if you're looking for something outside the box, Zach, thank you for bringing it up. I think they're a great addition for a lot of people that are looking for mid to low handicapper irons for £200. Okay, so the next one is from Steve. Loving the videos. Just before Xmas, bought a Wilson Staff C22 irons, drunk purchase on eBay, £195. I haven't heard of C22. I'm guessing you meant C200, forward to pitch and wedge. Was it a mistake or a good buy, or did I overpay, etc, etc? Nothing wrong with drunk purchases on eBay at all, Steve. We've all been there. I might be there tonight. Who knows? I presume you mean, I could be wrong here and I could be looking quite stupid, but I presume you mean C200s because I haven't heard of C22s. But this is probably, now I don't know your handicap or level that you're playing at. However, Wilson Staff, just like the old videos that I've done, if you're looking at like D300, Wilson Staff make great irons. They make great irons, and you're not going to be paying top dollar for them either. So if you're looking for a cast iron to start the game with, that's gonna feel and sound good, you can't really go wrong with C200 irons. Now, £195 pretty much looks about right, to be honest, depending on what kind of condition you're getting these in. What's that? KBS Tour 90 regular effects. For a lot of you guys that are just starting the game, or you want to upgrade from your package set, I'd highly recommend that. So no, Steve, I don't think you spent over for £195 worth of Wilson Staff irons. I think you're pretty much on the money for them as well. Just get out practicing, enjoy the game when we finally can get out. Okay, Robbo Roberts puts, I know it's a bit niche, but I'm looking for an aftermarket low spin high launch shaft for my Ping G410 driver. Thanks. Now, I could just go, it's difficult because it's varying when you obviously need something to match your G410. That's why the whole fitting process is kind of key. And whether you spend £500 on a shaft or £50 on a shaft, it needs to produce that head at a certain angle with that club face certainly closed or open, depending on your swing path, to give you the numbers that you so desire. So just giving you a shaft that say this will work is pretty much impossible. That being said, I'm going to show you guys the shaft, the best shaft I've ever hit for my swing as an aftermarket shaft. Now I could just say it's not even really aftermarket, but you could go like handcrafted 6.5 hazardous, just for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about. Let's have a look. Yellow shaft. Now, to be perfectly honest, if you ask me, Simon, what is the difference between a handcrafted yellow shaft and just a normal one, I probably couldn't be able to tell you. I mean, I know what the difference is. What I'm saying is, could I tell you the difference after a blind test with 10 hits with each? Probably not. So if you're looking for something like that, but to be honest, every manufacturer produces that shaft. So if you want to upgrade, you get a fitting, the person that fitted you for your G410 probably has that shaft that you can probably go and whack in it and test it. I'd advise that heavily. But the best shaft I've hit, and this was with a combination of the M2 2016, I know I always talk about it, but it just so happened to be in it, 2016 M2 head with a Tensai orange. And I'm not talking about the Tensai orange that everyone's got. I'm talking about when Ricky Fowler had the Tensai orange. I'm talking about when Tiger Woods had the Tensai orange. I'm talking about the Tensai orange 3 years ago, not the Tensai orange that everyone's brought out this year. This is it, £179. It looks like this guy's got a ton of them. Is there any with a ping adapter? Callaway, ping tip. Recommended retail, £400. That's what I heard it was. So that is pretty much it there. It looks pretty much exactly the same as the Tensai orange that came out this year. Flex, Torse, X stiff there. It's just ridiculous. I couldn't, it was just performed so well, but that was for my swing. It's so difficult recommending an aftermarket shaft for you guys without seeing your swing or even a launch monitor or numbers or whatever it is. But having a 60 gram, and this is the expensive bit by the way, this is how driver shafts get so expensive. It's 60 gram, which is light, like super light. However, torque stiff, so the torque is going to be stupid. The flex on it's going to be stupid, but it's so light. That's basically why shafts are so expensive. The lighter they feel, the more balanced they feel, yet still basically not whippy. That's why driver shaft's expensive. So if you want an aftermarket shaft, that's the one I kind of recommend. Would I recommend a lot of you buying it? No, because the likelihood that's going to perform exactly well for your swing is kind of unlikely. I just know that's the best shaft that I've hit ever. Paul Durham says, I've been playing golf for 2 years. I'm a 10 handicapper. I have the TaylorMade Manta Ghost putter, but looking for a putter for less than £100, 34 inches, ideally a mallet putter. Great common question I get. Now, let's find out. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I think it's got like a massive runway at the back of the putter here. Manta putter. Let's see what he's got. Now, my question to you would be why, so that's it. So you see like that massive gap at the back there. It's quite a good putter. Now, my question to you is why? Why do you want to change? What is that putter not doing for you? My second question is how much are you placing your putting? And second of all, can you stretch your budget? The reason I say stretch your budget is because £100 is plenty amount for a putter. There's no question. I would go Odyssey, yeah, Odyssey O Works 2 ball putter. And I bet you there's tons of them out there. If you're looking for a good mallet putter for under £100. Tons of them. Tons of them. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd recommend. I know that's 114, but I bet you if you offer him 100 quid for it, I bet you he's taking it all day long. That's still in the wrapper. Great putter, great grip, etc, etc. Jobs are good in. But will you make any more putts with that compared to your Manta? Probably not. I would advise you wait half a year, practice your putting a lot more, spend 150 quid on a putter, because that means you can get fitted for it. It means you can go to a pro shop, it means you can go to someone that knows what they're talking about. They can give you different shafts, they can give you different heads, different weights, tell you exactly why this putter is going to be good for you, and then rather than change your putter every 2 years, you don't need to change your putter for the next 10 to 15. That's my honest advice. If you just want to go and buy a new putter because you want a honeymoon period, that's probably what I'd recommend. But if you are serious about getting good at your putting, go and get fitted for one. Okay, next one is from Al Q. Forgiving forged irons with medium to large head. And to be fair, one of you guys, DH, even replied with Mizuno MPH5, which is a great option, to be fair. And I love the fact you guys are replying to each other in the comment section, helping each other out. That's exactly why we are here. Let's have a look, shall we? H5 irons, great looking iron. That is phenomenally good. That's the 2 iron there. That is so overpriced, but now if you can get that for £60, that's a great 2 iron. I'm sure a lot of you have been commenting in the comment section. I get asked about driving irons. I've already done driving irons, but that's a great, I'd bag that. That'd be exactly the same as my Srixon I've got in the bag at the moment, but 100 quid, too expensive. Tons of driving irons, here we go. How good do these look? Cheers for coming. They would compete with any muscle back iron on the market today, and they're going to feel great, sound great. I think it was a great shout from DH. And what shafts they got in it? KBS X Flex plus 1 inch as well. That's a great iron right there. I love that. No wonder they've got 25 people watching. Guys, there's so many, like, what you must understand is every year Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, whoever are going to bring out a blade, or every 2 years in some cases. They're going to bring out a blade, they're going to bring out a slightly bigger blade, they're going to bring out something slightly bigger than that, then bigger than that, then bigger than that, and then you have your max version at the end of it. So that if you're a TaylorMade guy, or if you're a pin guy, no matter how you swing it, how fast you swing it, etc., you're going to fit into one of those heads with a certain shaft. So if you're asking for a forgiving forged iron medium to large head, there's 20 years worth of 7 to 8 different manufacturers been producing them. There's hundreds. My go-to is the condition good? Yes. Do you like the look of it? Yes. Is the price good? Yes. Buy it. And the good thing about this is that if you buy those irons for 180 quid and you don't like them, you can sell them for 150 quid in 3 weeks time. Yes, you've lost £30, but at least you tried it. As soon as you buy something new and you're not certain, i.e. you're not at a level where your swing's good enough that it's going to be your iron set for the next 15 years, you've lost £200 as soon as you've taken the wrapper off. Next one's from Tony Wilson, very new to the game, had 3 lessons with my irons before lockdown. I own a 5 iron to putter so far. Pro says I have a good developing swing. Cricket, 7 iron, 170 yards. Any recommendations on first driver? Budget for about £100 to £150. And he's thinking about 915 or an M2. So I'd go stiff for sure. 100%. Stiff, X-stiff, potentially, because you're going to need it in the future. Let's have a look at a 913 driver. Stiff. And let's see what it produces. So did you say 915 or 917? 915, like, don't even bother with 915. To be honest, you're not gonna get something, this looks great by the way, I might just buy this myself. Screw you guys. How good does that look? That's such good condition. That and the head cover, that's like brand new. I might buy that myself. That's a great driver there. £70. New listing. That won't be there by the time I post this video. I'll be surprised if that's there by the time I post this video. So my honest advice realistically is you've had 3 lessons, Tony. Don't spend £100, £150. You don't need it. Spend £60 to £80. Get an idea and a feel of what you need. You need a bigger head. Not necessarily a bigger head. You need a head with not adjustable weighting, like sliding in the back of it, because it just won't be forgiving enough. That driver there could be a great option. I mean, there's tons of them. Titleist is a great range to go down for, there's no question about that. Or an M2. My thing is don't spend £100 to £150. Okay, so the next one is from Michael Weathers, who just says, Miura blades! Exclamation mark, which I find quite funny. Now, he's got a good point. Do you buy forged, Japanese, handcrafted masterpieces from eBay? That is the question. Now, I've had a quick look to see what's out there, and I've had a look on a few. Now, these are some price. We're not talking budget irons here, boys. But, I mean, a lot of you guys, myself, have spent £1,000 on an iron, so these aren't without the realms, but obviously you're buying pre-owned, £1,000 set of irons. Now, who would I recommend these for? I would recommend these for the purist of golf, in terms of you love the art of the game. They're not going to be, I've hit Miura blades before, they're not easy. These things are so small, and they're not forgiving, but when you connect with them, they feel great. And I don't know if that's the ego thing or the nostalgia, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you build up this like romance with the iron, and with that, when you hit it, you go, oh my god, that feels amazing, because it's a Miura blade, and that's any Japanese blade. There's loads of Japanese brands I've come across over the year that I'd love to test and try for the secondhand series. I even wanted to get some Miura blades for my bargain £500 set, because I think, what a story. But then, what I've come to realise over the years is with irons, especially new ones that come out every year, and people go, oh, it's so soft, oh, it feels so good. Is it though? Like, is it? Like, can I actually feel how good that is, etc, etc. But I have to say, like, there is a definite art, and when you have a set of Miuras or like a Japanese forged handcrafted iron, the closest thing you could probably get to feel that is like Strixon or Mizuno, because obviously they're Japanese companies, but obviously that's kind of watered down into like a reasonable price range. A brand new set of Miuras are costing you £3 grand, £3.5 grand for a set. There's no question about it. Would I recommend people buying them? Why not? Because at the end of the day, it's like the same analogy. You buy those for £795, you play with them for a year, you're going to be able to sell them for 500 quid. Yes, okay, you've lost £300 on them, but you got to play with a set of Miuras for a year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever you want to do with them, and they're going to make your game better, because you're going to have to find the middle. There's no question. But I love the look, I love the feel. These look popular, by the way. There's a lot of people watching them. £1,250 for a set. Like, they haven't even put like tournament blade 3 to picture modes. They haven't even put shaft or anything in there. I'm sure that's in the description. But yeah, that's my answer anyway. Okay, the next one is from Michael Simon. You mentioned that Lynx Blades was a good product. What do you think about their VT iron against other hollow clubs? They seem well priced. Not much on YouTube. From other recognised golf channels. Michael, that's why you come to me, son. I've never heard of these VT irons until this year. Until one of our members, Steve Sharp, I would like to say, Steve, you're a good friend of mine, at the golf club, and I went in his bag and I went, what are these? And he went, they're my Lynx irons, and I said, they look great. They are, I'd say, as good as the majority of the muscle backs. Actually, I'd say, yeah, I'll say they're as good as anything out there, to be honest. Now, I recently actually just fitted Steve with some graphite stiff Callaway Apex irons, which outperformed these, but that is because the numbers were just better, not because of the iron head. Now, if you are looking for a P790, no, P790 is too big. If you are looking for a P770 replacement, if you are looking for Ping i500 replacement, that kind of realm, these Lynx irons I highly recommend. If you know what shaft that you want to get in them. I think personally they look great, just as much as the Lynx irons. I think they're a great brand. When it comes to their irons, woods, the jury's out. But look, £299 for a great looking set. They're forgiving, sound good, feel good. What more do you want? So thank you for obviously bringing up the VT irons. I wouldn't personally know about them if it wasn't for Steve. But yeah, I think they look great, and don't be put off because they're not a major brand. If you want some bang for your buck, highly worth getting. Okay, last one before I go and eat, and then obviously celebrate my birthday. Like and subscribe. Evan says, well, one of the silver lining of this entire situation and these bargain hunting videos, to be honest everyone, I feel the same way. I'm so glad that I found some kind of content that obviously works for the channel whilst I'm indoors, so me and you mate. He says, how about Adam irons? What is your opinion about them? Now Adam's irons, in terms of hybrids from Adams, I highly rate. If you want a decent let's get onto that first. Adam hybrids, dirt cheap, good. That's basically as far as you can go. I think these are like, I don't know why they don't resell. I'm pretty sure why I know anyway, but like if you're looking for a small head like a TaylorMade M1, or if you're looking for, like, say you want a gapper for example, like 40 quid. Now I know it's obviously head only, you have to reshaft it, etc, but they are great heads. So if you're looking for a decent hybrid, Adams is the go-to. Irons, however, I'm not that familiar, to be perfectly honest, but I think everyone's building a bit of a picture now. If it's got a head on it and a shaft, then to be honest, like £159, I mean, they look great, don't they? Great condition. I have no idea what year that is. No idea, but like, you can't, do you know what I mean? You can't go wrong. £159, they look great. I imagine they're kind of like your pro muscle back. I haven't hit them, but I can't imagine they, just as my same analogy with the Miura blades, I can't imagine they sound awful. Do you know what I mean? I think overall, tell you what, I might actually have to start buying some Adam clubs and doing reviews on them, because they look, for what they are, I think they look great, they look clean. Obviously the market is saturated with them, not many people are buying them because no one talks about them. But if you put a Ping logo on that, £350. If you put a Callaway logo, I'm not going to find any good ones now, am I? Like £65, 6 to sand wedge, fill your boots. Do you know what I mean? Great bargains to be had. Anyway guys, let's wrap up this video. So gents, thank you ever so much. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. As I said, if you wouldn't mind leaving this video a like and subscribing, that would be fantastic. And there'll be a lot more videos come out this week. See you later.